We are back with Mr. Baseball himself, John Fedko.
Yep, ready to celebrate today. By the way, just real quick, John, because I'm on this. Sorry, this page. Laviolette this is the fastest firing in NHL history.
3 games.
That's pretty amazing.
That just barely beats 4.
Ivan Lenka was 4 with in 2000.
I forgot about Ivan.
Chicago's Dennis Savard and Montreal's Jacques Demers were 4. This is the earliest to start a season in NHL history. The Flyers have.
But they replace him with Craig Berube. Now, I don't know what kind of a coach he's going to be, but and what kind of player you are, does that mean what kind of coach you're going to be?
I just don't get this hockey coaching the deal. I mean, this is the guy that he won a Stanley Cup. Won when he coached the Hurricanes.
The point is, if you're going to fire the coach 3 games in,
he lost 2-1 last night.
Yeah, but where were you? You should have fired him before training camp. You don't. You know what I mean? If he was that
crazy, hockey's complete. Hockey's the anti-Steelers.
But if whoever was responsible for having him behind the bench on opening day should also be fired. Because you can't. The fact that you fire him now is an indictment of your decision to bring him back. So that's what I don't get.
By the way, Laviolette's going to be an assistant under Dan Bilesma at the 2014 Olympics.
Still going to keep that
He's not
job?
good enough to be coaching the Flyers now, but he's going to be working with Bilesma. That's what it says. He says he's set to serve as an assistant under Coach Dan Bilesma in the 2014 Olympics.
So he's going to be making a nice buck because he's probably got years left on the contract. See how many years he has left? He doesn't have the deal that Josh Freeman got. Did you see what Josh Freeman did? He stunk.
He only has 1 more year left.
Yeah.
What's that?
But he got 1 year for Love. Yeah. Still, that'll be $3 or $4 million.
Yeah.
He stunk, got benched, deactivated, and eventually just released by the Tampa Bay Bucks because nobody would trade for him because they knew he was there was no need. He's going to make $10 million this year because he got the 6 or whatever, he was 6 point something he was supposed to get from the Bucks, which he's going to still get.
Yeah.
And he got $3 million from the Vikings. So he's going to make $10 million. Not only that, he's not even a starting quarterback yet. He's not going to go in there and start next Sunday, right?
No, it's crazy.
They're going to play the kid that played against the Steelers, who didn't have a bad game, by the way, Castle.
No.
So they're bringing him in. And they got Castle and Ponder. You talk about a circus. Then they go out and get Freeman.
There's a lot of circuses.
Ponder's only like second year.
There's more circuses in the NFL than there are great stories like Peyton Manning. The Giants, the Steelers.
Yeah.
The Jets. I mean, there's just flat out circuses going on. Jacksonville, if they had any media, is a real circus.
Well,
whatever. I'm telling you, I'm not hoping this. I'm really predicting this with. Think of the turmoil with the Steelers now. It is going to be twice as much in another month. When the Pirates have done their victory parade, it's going to be twice as much. It's going to be just an unbelievable November for the Steelers.
Before we get to more on the Pirates.
But anyway.
The Steelers, I have to say this because I just saw the story. And I won't get into the politics of it, although I'd like to. But Steelers, Dan Rooney, partner with Obama administration on Affordable Care Act. The Pittsburgh Steelers and owner Dan Rooney are partnering with the Obama administration to promote the discounted health insurance policies that are now available by way of the Affordable Care Act. Mr. Rooney is the Obama administration's former ambassador to Ireland. He will be joined by U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius, Community College of Allegheny County President Michael T. Murphy, Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, and retired Steelers players Thursday at Heinz Field. Now, is this a smart thing for Dan Rooney to be doing? Regardless of your politics.
He gets away with it.
I don't want to get into
You're the only one in this town who criticizes him for this. You are. Because the other sportscasters won't.
No. But
you're the only one who does.
I've criticized him for getting into a political situation. Right. If this were anybody coming, you can't win. This is a 50-50 proposition. Just as the election was, it ended up being a little bit more than that.
He actively campaigned for Obama.
I know,
actively,
and that was at the time
actively.
like a 50-50
major
election.
Actively,
that was a close election at the time, and so you're pissing off half the people, no matter which side. If you would have campaigned for McCain, it would have been the same thing. Well, all the Democrats are going, what's he doing that for?
I know,
it's the Steelers.
John,
why is he doing it?
Here's the thing.
He can't win with this. This is not good.
He gets away with it, number one, because there's a Democratic machine in this town. Okay? Yeah. So he can use Heinz Field, which is a taxpayer-funded stadium.
Right.
And he's going to get away with it because the rest of the media is not going to say anything about this. So the bottom line is, it's whether people want to accept it or not, and many do outside of the media does control a lot of how people think. People get their vision and their opinions based upon the media, and Dan Rooney's pretty much untouchable in this town. You are the only one, I bet, talking about this on any kind of, maybe someone will say it in 3 seconds.
If I would run into him on the street and he would say something to me about being, I would say the same thing to Dan.
If I saw Dan in person, I would talk to him about it. It bothers me.
Yeah.
I would personally like to talk to him about it. Just to get because Dan Rooney is a really good guy and has done some great things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But this doesn't seem smart to me. It doesn't seem Steelers smart. When politics is a 50-50 proposition, as soon as you jump on one side, half the people are going to be upset with you. So stay out of it. You and I can talk about whatever we want.
But he gets away with it.
I know, but
John, most people don't know that's going on, other than the positive spin it's going to get.
But I don't think anybody, the average viewer of the local newscast. See, there was a time when stations would do editorials, and there would be there's no
Al Julius.
Yeah, that's a million years ago. But there's no commentary. No editorial comments on the 3 local TV stations. Nobody. They'll do this story. They'll talk about how wonderful it is, and they'll show a picture of Dan Rooney with the Sebelius, and isn't this great?
They did the same thing when he campaigned for Obama. It was totally positive. Yeah. Everybody. It wasn't just.
Yeah.
I'm select the media as a whole. Media with a capital M.
But I know
he got a total free pass on that.
I know he made a lot of people mad by supporting Obama, as he would have done, because of people I heard from, but as he would have done if he would have supported McCain. The Obama supporters would have said, "What are you doing?" Well, he should be neutral. He shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but he ended up being the ambassador.
Not to mention that I don't know how the government gets to come in and take over Heinz Field, which you and I paid for, and do a political thing there, all using taxpayer dollars. And if you took a poll on the thing that they're pushing, which is the Affordable Care Act, it's about 60-40 against. People don't want it. That's on top of that. It's an unpopular, stupid thing to do. That's all I want to say about it, because I don't want to get going on that. But